guys, it's me, Josie, and welcome back to another video. In my channel, I talk about all things Miley, CDs, DVDs, magazines, etc. I'm planning my next video to hopefully be my entire CD collection of Miley, Hannah Montana. Stay tuned for that in the next video, but for today's video, I have a first impression / review. So I know I'm a little bit late to this topic because this came out in December 2024, but I just got around to purchasing it. I'm really excited because magazines are one of my favorite Miley items to purchase. Today I have the Miley Cyrus Harper's Bazaar magazine from December of 2024, January 2025, the art issue. Here is my package. In total, I paid $16.23 for this magazine, which I think is a really good deal in my opinion. Be careful not to rip what's inside. So I cut the corner very carefully. And it actually came pretty quickly. At first I was kind of nervous because on eBay they said that they sent it out without any tracking information, which made me a little bit wary, but it actually came in a timely manner. I feel like they could have done a little bit more packaging other than just this manila folder, so I'm really hoping that it's in good condition. Well, I can't show the front, but this is just an ad. Oh my god, and I love, this is actually in great condition. Oh, whoops. I need to mark out this girl's name on the front. I didn't even realize that. I don't want to accidentally dox her. Bam! We got Harper's Bazaar, the art issue. Miley Cyrus is always the moment. I don't know if you can tell, but the matte, it's like matte. I love that. And oh my god, she is slaying. She's back to her, no, it's giving Can't Be Tamed with the feathers. Like, what? And her makeup, don't even get me started. I want to do that makeup, like light pink on the top. Oh, I'm obsessed. Okay, and then of course we got the Chanel in the back. I didn't know, do they really make jewelry? Oh, here we go. I've seen this cover everywhere. Or not this cover, this picture I should say. Oh, she's so stunning, serving. Try not to get the glare, but this picture was everywhere. The smell too, it smells high fashion. I'm like, is that part of the magazine or is that a misprint right there? I don't know. These are just ads, literally. Prada, that's kind of cute actually, the Van Cleef. I'm like, oh my. Indecent exposure. Riri. We love Riri. I love her. She looks stunning. And they got this perfume sample. Oh, it smells amazing actually. Phenomenon. Phenomenon. Nom nom nom. They got the playlist. Finally. Page 36 and we're finally on the contents. Ooh, I'm so excited to read this. Long form. Long dresses and ballet flats are totally in. I've been wanting to get some ballet flats actually. They predicted the Labubu's with oh, Gigi Hadid, I think. Oh yeah, this print is in, this China print or whatever. I feel like having a physical magazine is so wild because I'm so used to like on the phone. So it's like a fold out ad. This is absolutely wild. Like, because I didn't really grow up in the time of like magazines when that was like the thing, because by the time I was like an adult or whatever, I still had them and read them, but it was just like phone. Where I would get my Miley news when I was like 11 or whatever was J14. That's where online I would go to the webpage and refresh it every day and see what was new with Miley, which is hilarious looking back. Versace Bright Crystal, not my favorite out of the ones I smelled on here. The cats in the corner. I kind of hate the shopping like ads in here because it's like, you need this $1,000 gown, girl. I'm like, no, I can assure you I do not. Paris Hilton, that's her, right? A woman at Studio 54. Just a random woman. Oh, they have e.l.f., so they're affordable. These are cute. It makes me want to get some new makeup. Ooh, we got a Rhodes Beauty Skechers. Nah, Skechers, they hurt my feet like a MFer. So I don't know what they're talking about. We made it to Miley. This is like the same but different. I love that look. It's like green makeup. And I didn't know that she had a, I don't know what those piercings are called. That she had a piercing like that. I never knew that, unless that's new. Oh, this one. This one I saw too. I'm all like, I have a dress like that. No, I don't. I think hers is gold. She's a free spirit and an old soul, a Disney legend and a Grammy winner. Yes, ma'am. One thing Miley Cyrus is not interested in, being predictable, as always. The more, is she just in her underwear? Looks like she's just wearing, oh no, she got tights, stockings on, and like a bra. Love it. Giving bangers once again. Giving Wrecking Ball when she was in her like little shirt. And then this is giving bangers too when she had that long fur coat. Girl. And this is so slay. I don't remember seeing this one. See, I always wonder too because I can't remember which one, but a while ago there was a magazine that she had and the full story was online. So I was like, well, I don't even need to buy the magazine. I can just read the story online because obviously I like having the magazine, but also it's like I want to read the story about her. That's like the biggest deal to me. Now I feel like they're doing the opposite where they don't have the full story online to incentivize you to buy the magazine. The nastiest times of our life do have a point of beauty. You can't have a painting without contrast. Girl, I love it. And you know what I love? It sounds kind of crazy right now, but I love that you can see her arm hairs in this. Like, she is not afraid to show her arm hairs. Does she have henna on right now too? I'm like, is that a tattoo or is that henna on her fingers? I feel like she's gotten a lot of new tattoos recently that I don't know about. What is she wearing? Like a little jumpsuit? That outfit is so cute. Sorry, the glare is like really bad, but I love freckles like this. I wish I had freckles like that. Like I have a few, but I'm loving this look right now. She's just like in a giant coat. Like, I love that. It's giving woman of the household. Yeah, I feel like I don't have much to say right now without, this is literally my first impressions of what I'm seeing. Because I think some of those with the feather, I had never seen online. I had never seen them. I don't know if they were online, but I had really seen obviously the cover and then the ones where she had the green makeup. I saw that a lot, but the other ones, I was getting excited. And that's about it. And I will do my little review, what I think of it. And actually, this is an amazing quality. Like, it literally, I can tell someone flipped through it, but like, there's nothing on the edges except the back part. Like, this is really, truly an amazing quality. Just staring at it. This is the part of the video where I'm gonna talk about my thoughts and my review, I guess you could say. So I just want a disclaimer that I did not read the entire magazine. I read like a few of the articles in the beginning, but then I skipped to her article. And it turns out there's also a podcast with some of the girls from the magazine and also with Miley, The Goodbye. And I tried listening to that, but I have a lot of notes on Miley's article. Obviously, I loved it. The first thing I said was that I get why she did this magazine, because this specific one, because she is in her art era or fashion era. I think fashion and art can go hand in hand, you know? Like, this article really helped me understand Miley more. She was over here explaining how the specific clothing pieces that she's wearing, how it's supposed to convey certain meanings and stuff like that, and I was just like, I would have never knew that, obviously. Like, I'm just over here thinking, oh yeah, it's like a cute outfit or something, but it's like she has it all there in her mind of like, this works with this and this. It's like a whole other ball game for her. They were talking a lot about, I guess in the beginning, like the editor's note, how art is like about expressing yourself, and we all know that Miley loves to express herself. One of my favorite things about her is that she's just always expressing herself no matter what anyone thinks. I think one of my favorite quotes from the article is when she said, "I am specifically unspecific," and I was like, oh my god. What I wrote is that she needs to write another book with all of these little like quotes that she's putting out. How she was saying like, you know, it's not just about like making the music good. She's like, I want to vibrate into people's like bodies and their auras. And like, I was like, oh my God, like this girl is going deep in the metaphors. Like she really is. And that's something that I would love as a fan. I would love to see her do another memoir, because I know like she did Miles to Go. I would love to see her write a memoir now at 32. I would eat that up immediately. I don't know if she would, you know what I mean? But I would buy that up. Eat it up, buy it up, suck it up, read it up. I would everything. And like those quotes, like I'm specifically unspecific, that's like book material. Another small thing that I noticed, because you know how in these magazines they tell you in the little notes what the person's wearing, all the brands and all that stuff, and they said multiple times that her earrings that she had was like her own. Like they didn't say a brand, they were just like, it's her own earrings. And I just love that, because she could have easily went out and got like, you know, fancy whatever jewelry brand, thousands of dollar jewelry, but she chooses to wear her own jewelry without disclosing what the brand is or whatever. Because I'm like thinking, is it like a special piece? Like, does she not want people to know where she got it from? Like, but it's like the mystery of it all. Yeah, another quote is she said vibrational shift. I think that was the title of like her article. Like, I love that, and I honestly feel that. From Endless Summer Vacation to Something Beautiful, 1000% a vibrational shift. Like, it is totally different. And especially now that her deluxe just came out, that those two songs added like a whole other layer to the album that I feel like was missing for me anyway. Like once I heard those songs, I was like, okay, I'm really vibing with this album. I guess it is so different that it takes me a minute to like get used to her new sound, and the fact that she's going more almost into like classical music. Like that's what I think. That's what I thought from the beginning. Like, you know, not like Mozart or whatever, but like her spin on classical music. 13-minute song that she did. That one is giving classical music, and it's giving Dead Pets, is what a lot of people in the comments were saying. It's like if Dead Pets grew up, that's what Something Beautiful is, I feel like. And then they had to mention that she's a Disney legend and a Grammy winner. I love that for her. They said in the article that like a lot of people who are Disney legends don't get that until they're like 60 or something, like way later in life. And so she's one of the youngest people to be honored as a Disney legend, which is like, hello, she's a slay. The one complaint that I will say about the article was I would have liked a little bit more direct quotes from Miley, I feel like, because I feel like obviously that's how articles work. You have to like embellish and like add your own flair and your own thoughts to it, but I feel like the author was writing a lot just from their perspective. So it was a little bit of a disconnect in that way. But one thing I did like that they said was, they said, we all contain multitudes, but Cyrus contains more. Like, not, that wasn't a direct quote, but basically that. And I was like, wow. They did a really good job on describing her and writing about her and making her seem like the legend that she is, because she is a legend. Not just a Disney legend, like a legend. Another little fact that I found out was that she said she's currently in the same house that from when she was 18. That I think she said she bought a house at 18, like from Hannah Montana money, and that she's still living in that house. And I was like, oh my gosh, I did not know that at all. This article came out before Something Beautiful, the album, so she's talking a lot about that. I mean, it's old news at this point because I got the magazine late, so that's on me, but it was really interesting to hear her talking about it and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and another little tidbit that I think the author pointed out was she's never had to introduce herself because we've known her since she was a teenager. And I was like, that's honestly so true and honestly crazy. Like, there's very few stars that are like that, where they've just always been in the public eye, like since they were like young, and they don't have to like come out and like, you know, present themselves as a certain way because we already know who she is. This was just my personal opinion from reading. Like, there was a section where she was talking about like her old, like her like past, and stuff like that. And I wrote that I feel like she's struggling with the fact that some people still see her as 2013 Miley. She's basically trying to say, I'm not that girl anymore, kind of thing, which is like obvious to us. Like obviously that was 10 years ago now. What? And I feel like I agree in some cases, like even if they don't still think of her like that, they still think of that time when they think of Miley. That's still in people's minds. That's like the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people. And honestly, I feel her on that, because during that time of 2013, when I would tell people that I liked Miley and was like obsessed with her, they'd be like, ew, gross, like she's so weird, like blah blah blah. And I was just like rolling my eyes like silently, like you don't know anything. I think this was just my observation, was that I put, she is so personable that it's hard for her to stay private at times, because she's talking about trying to be more private with her life. It was when she was talking about used to be young. That's so funny though, younger now and used to be young, but talking about used to be young, and she said like if I had wrote that song now, I probably wouldn't have released it. Like I would have kept it to myself. And that was so interesting to me, because it does kind of make sense. It's like you have to dance that line, especially as a pop star, as a singer, as a celebrity. You have to always constantly be dancing that line between sharing things about yourself and not oversharing, not, you know, revealing too much, I guess. Like you also want that private side to be able to like step away from all of that in a way. And then I thought it was so funny how she said that Max, her boyfriend, is like, she described him as like almost like Gen Z, even though he's 26 or whatever, but he's like a little bit younger than her. So she was like, he keeps me young. Like we raised our dog off Reddit. And I was like, that sent me. I was like, oh my God, not now. I want to know his Reddit account. Let's learn the tea. Like teaching her the new hip stuff is so funny to me. And she even said that she doesn't have the password to her Instagram, which is probably good for like her mental health and stuff like that. And then this is the part where she was talking about her fashion and her music, and how it's like, you know, she thinks of like the vibe, what she wants to convey with the song, and then she wants to find a fashion piece that has that same vibe, that conveys what the song is. And I honestly like never thought of it as that deep. Like I said, I thought it was just, oh, this one's cute, let me wear this one. But no, like she actually has like a method for picking out what she's gonna wear, and and actually has meaning, a lot more meaning than I thought originally. I think this was a quote from her, kind of a rough quote, that she said, you can't have a painting without highlights and contrast. And she was kind of referring to like her past and her like dark side, I guess, or whatever. Like I don't even want to call it that, because I don't ever look back at 2013 and like embarrassed or being like, oh, she shouldn't have done that. Like I just always loved it. But I can also understand how she might feel that way at times, that it's like, oh, why did I do that? Why was I like that? Whatever. And then they slipped this in there that I was like, I don't know if this was supposed to be an Easter egg or if they were just like blabbing, you know, trying to make up the word count. No, I'm kidding. But like they said something about in the future, she might give a new spin to Used to Be Young, or maybe Miley said that. And I was like, excuse me? Is she gonna like rewrite it, do a Miley's version? I don't know. Like that's so cool. I don't know if that's true, but I would live for a rework of Used to Be Young. So that's about it for the Miley portion of this. I do have a few other things. Another quote that I don't think was related with Miley, or at least not directly, I should say, but they said, speak the truth, even if it's only to yourself. And I love that, because it's like, even if it feels that no one else agrees with you, or you're trying to speak your truth and people are trying to silence you, tell you that you shouldn't think like that you should still do what you want to do, even if you're the only one doing it. There was also from Miley, I forgot to mention, she had mentioned this movie called Mandy that she really liked. So I wrote that down of like, maybe I'll watch it, maybe not, but that's like, she said it was her like favorite movie of all time. I was like, wow. And then she also had these books in her house I think they're like art books, but one of them's called Doll Parts and the other one's called Fashion First. So I was like, that would be cool to get those books and, you know, get into the mind of Miley Cyrus. All in all, I feel like I learned a lot of little tidbits that I didn't know before, and it was just very enlightening to hear her thoughts. I love magazine interviews because that's literally what it is. You're getting a little insight into her thoughts and how she feels about things. So I love it. She really cannot be tamed at this time. Like, she is out there making a film in theaters. Like, girl, what? I hope you enjoyed my little review and my little unboxing of my magazine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.